last time I checked, Enugu State, the capital of Southeast Nigeria, on October 14th, 2025, a political earthquake happened in the southeast Nigeria. In particular, it happened in Enugu, City State. On that day, the district governor of Enugu State, His Excellency, President Dr. Peter and his entire cabinet ported from the PDP to the APC. On the same day, the entire structure of the PDP in Enugu State also joined the APC. Added to that, virtually all the lawmakers in the Enugu State House of Assembly, maybe except but one, also joined the APC. The majority of the people of Enugu State also joined APC in solidarity and in support to the government. Yet, some states stayed where they are. And so that recent decision of the governor and the state entire PDP structure to join the All Progressive Congress presents several potential gains and of course political challenges. I've been joined this morning to have a conversation around this delicate matter. He is no other person but the man who superintends the political waters of Enugu State on behalf of the government. A tested politician, a man who has seen it all. He was there at the beginning of the PDP, 1999, and he was there at the collapse of PDP in 2025. We'll probably call him as a Snachi. That is Honorable Frank Anyoma. Snachi, good morning.
Good morning, my own brother, and good morning to our listeners.
It's good to have you again here. The last time we were here, that was when we were still dancing. I recall asking you the question. The rumors are there through, and you said, as far as you know, you are still in PDP.
As I then.
Now, I don't need to ask you, because I know exactly where the government and the people of Enugu State, where they are. Now, when Dr. Peter joined the APC, it kept sent talks wagging, the good, the bad, the ugly. And the governor cited that part of the reason of joining APC was to align the state with the national government to attract more development and influence. And part of the argument is that the main argument is that joining the ruling political party will connect Enugu State to the federal government, which proponents argue will attract more federal projects, funding, and pace of development. Of course, they believe that by joining also the APC, the South will have a regional voice because Enugu is the capital of the Southeast. And so there were a lot of expectations about what's going to happen. But beyond that, a few people argued, rightly or wrongly, what they call a political backlash and public skepticism. The defection has faced strong criticism from some citizens and opposition members who view it as an opportunistic and betrayal of the mandate received under the PDP. That has been the strongest criticism of that. There is a concern that such moves, or the moves, are self-serving rather than for the public good. And so that brings us to, you see, this is a war you can't win. You have a Sunday or Wednesday. It's a popular thing we say in our place. So if I may ask you, honestly, let's begin from the very beginning. Enugu State officially aligned with the APC at the center, and this has generated both excitement and debate. And then the question is, why did the state take this direction? And what were the strategic expectations behind that move?
Thank you. I want to say that the first strategic expectation or intention of His Excellency Barrister Dr. Peter Simba, the governor of Enugu State in moving away from PDP to APC. Just you have captured part of it in your intro. Excuse me. To align Enugu to the center, to give a voice to Southeast. Politics is about number. Before now, the Southeast has only 5 states. And these 5 states were in about 4 political parties. Does not give room for having a united front, because each political party has their own sharing formula, has their own process. But today, we're happy that out of the 5, at least 3 state governors can come together in APC and request for what is the true due for the Southeast within the APC fold. Secondly, PDP as a party, in my own view, had not been fair to Southeast. PDP from inception, I doubt if there are any other zone in this country that have supported PDP, that have voted for PDP as Southeast has done. Even in several occasions, when the people of Southeast are offered other positions in different political parties, the Southeast have always come together, abandoning their own in other political parties to vote for PDP. So one expected that at least the voice of PDP Southeast should be heard in PDP. PDP had not then deemed it fit to give any slot at the national, like the vice president or presidential ticket, to the Southeast. 2023 was the height of it. Everyone expected that PDP should have at least, to repay back the loyalty and support they have gained from Southeast, should have considered a Southeasterner as their presidential candidate in 2023. But unfortunately, the contest was thrown open. Unfortunately, the decisions within Southeast PDP is being taken by people in other zones. The voice of Southeast we are not hacking to. Nobody cares how they feel. And I knew that the leaders of Southeast in PDP sounded a note of warning, tried and said, this is something that belongs to us. Allow us to use it or administer it the way it is best suited to us. But unfortunately, the voices and those warnings were trampled upon. So, His Excellency Barrister Peter Ndubuisimbia, being a man, like his slogan says, tomorrow is here, that it looks like someone that sees tomorrow, sees the crisis that is in PDP, that up till today, you are not sure. If we talk about PDP, one should be able to ask you, which faction of PDP are you really talking about as it is today? Is it Nwike's faction? Is it Makinde and the Bala's faction? So the crisis continues. So it is being vintage, having a foresight that His Excellency took that decision to move PDP, to move out of PDP into APC, to join his other colleagues from the Southeast to ask for the fair share of Southeast in APC. So aligning Southeast and Enugu State to the center is the main strategic purpose for leaving PDP to join APC.
Well, it sounds quite interesting listening to this or hearing you speak about that. Many argue, and I know somebody sent a message in response to our promotion for this. He said, is it possible to know that Anambra had lost a lot by remaining NAPGA all this while? Is there anything Anambra is missing that they ought to have gotten that they did not get? That's for one. And he said just recently, from the Southwest Osun State Governor, left PDP, waited 2 days, and joined the Accord Party. And everybody would have thought that, oh, that is his brother, the president is his brother, he was going to do that. And this it comes on the strength that until recently, the people of the Southeast had believed that they have received a short end of the stick from the APC, and that the PDP had remained Enugu has remained a PDP state. And even before January 1st of this, January 4th, I thought, when Tinubu came to Enugu, when he said, I don't care which party Peter Abba belongs to, he's doing wonderfully well, and he's my friend. Many believe that was on the day Peter Abba officially joined the APC. That the rest was just a drama to get to the day. But importantly, I said he could have joined any other party but APC. Because there's no way this other, like Anambra had said, they've lost anything because they're not at the center. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, my thoughts on this is like when you mentioned the Osun governor, you and I know that Osun governor had expressed interest in joining APC, but the political gimmicks and horse trading in the state didn't allow him to join APC.
Why did he belong to the Enugu? So how did Peter bulldoze his way through?
So we had a similar thing in Enugu, like you said, but God, in His infinite mercies, because whatever politics or anything you're doing in life, always know that God has the final say. So God, in His own way, because there is the finger of God in it, was able to make way for us in APC. That I can tell you that I doubt if there is any other state in Nigeria where a governor had left PDP to join APC that is as seamless as what we had in Enugu State. There is no cabinet member, no local government official, no House of Assembly member, or any other member of the party that have come out openly to say, I am not in support of PDP, leaving PDP to APC. First, I must give it to His Excellency Barrister Peter Ndubisimba, who had a wider consultation, who had a lot of engagement with the people of Enugu State, especially the political class. On 14th of October 2025, you saw two former governors at Opera Square. You saw both former and serving members of the National Assembly. Almost everybody in politics in Enugu State was at Opera Square to give credence and support to His Excellency in joining APC. So I think that is the best that has happened from my own finding across other states where the governors joined the party. Now, coming back to your question, if Anambra had lost anything, well, you never can tell there because they've been like an enclave, they've been on their own. But you must agree with me that on each election cycle, they always have a way of reaching out to the party at the center, kind of pledging loyalty. So you find that it's something that are just within that circle. Yes, they could have been losing a lot of them because apart from the general things that are in the constitution or in the budget, there are certain patronages that the president or the governor can extend to states or local governments where he has special interest. The ecological funds and several other things. These are things that are being given out to states based on the decision of the president. So I believe that in due time, things will start happening to prove that we've taken the right decision. We are barely 2 months in the party.
Yes.
And today, His Excellency Barrister Peter Ndubisimba, being a man of wisdom and knowledge, the government at the center have been able to see he has a lot and they are tapping from his wealth of knowledge.
So that brings me to a very direct question. Yes, people celebrate one month in office, people celebrate 2 months in office. And so people who are watching you here, they want some practical examples. What in your opinion, has been the gains so far made by Enugu State by aligning at the center as we speak?
Good. One of the gains so far is that if you want to build a house, you start from clearing the ground and then doing a design of the house before you start digging the foundation and doing so. We're on it. Today, you are aware there's no major decision being taken at the national now without getting His Excellency Peter Ndubuisimbah involved. And that was not happening before. You know about the security formations trying to revamp the security institutions in which he is the chairman of that committee. And there's a program where the president has designed to have 1,000 people empowered per ward. Before now, Southeast, some other person could have been in control. But I can tell you that His Excellency Barrister Peter Ndubuisimbah is now the man in charge of that program for the Southeast. So we are repositioning ourselves. So the practical gain you've seen in joining APC in less than 2 months is that Enugu is now coming at the center of the discussions and positioning ourselves that by the time the next budget cycle is rolled out, I believe a lot will start happening. His Excellency's, his collaboration with the President will certainly yield something tangible for the people of Enugu State and by extension the Southeast.
What would you say, perhaps a gain, perhaps a loss, depending on who is looking at it? We had a minister from Enugu State who was of the APC. Due to some circumstances, he had to leave the office. But before leaving the office, he was like a thorn in the flesh of the governor of Enugu State. And so he left for an act which perhaps is not the governor's own making. And many say that this now gave the governor the opportunity to produce a new minister, a brand new minister. And they said since then, there's been peace in Enugu State from that war front. How correct is that?
Well, it's correct because all the noise, all the trumped up stories and accusations against the government stopped because they've now realized that there's no truth in what they are doing. And whosoever, he said that who that pays the piper dictates the tune. So the pipers are no more getting funding. The supports are no more there. So if they thought they could have dislodged His Excellency Peter Ndubuisimbah by not bringing him into APC, which I can tell you that His Excellency has done a lot of work for the people of Enugu State. That if he had taken a different decision, I still believe, yeah, it would be a contest, but he will still triumph at the end of it. Because it's not a question of, it's something that in Igbo you say, you've carried the water and the light, so you know which one is heavier. We've seen the trajectory. His Excellency Barrister Peter has put his first foot forward. So for people of Enugu State, it's for them now to change, to check, and see, is there anybody that could have done it better? And it is not about political party, because it is PDP that have been in power since 99 till October 2025. PDP has been in power, and Hotel Presidential have been in comatose for the past 16 years. PDP was still a party ruling, and the International Conference Center was abandoned since 2007. PDP remained in power. The Niger gas was not functioning. So it's not about party. Joining APC have not changed the DNA of Peter Ndubuisimbah and the people in government. Joining APC have not in any way hindered the progress that we are recording in building 260 smart schools. Some are completed, some nearing completion. It has not affected in any way the type 2 hospitals that is going on in 260 wards. Neither the roads that before now coming to this your studio, would have spent more time because of the potholes we would have encountered on the road to this place. PDP remained in power till Peter Mba was able to tackle these challenges. PDP had been in power and we don't have water where we have water today. Yes, it has not been able to cover the entire states because we actually thought the problem with water was to do with the production. But we now find that the reticulation became a more bigger problem that is being tackled. Some areas are getting water that don't used to have. So it is not about PDP, it's not about APC. But then, because today in Nigeria the constitution does not allow for independent candidate, you must be sponsored by a political party. But I want to assure the people of Enugu State that changing party will not in any way affect His Excellency Peter Mba in delivering on his campaign promises.
This is Nati. You just brought out a soccer punch. The things you said Peter had done and is doing are the things he did as a governor under PDP.
Was it those things he did? I will ask you, were they, what do they call it, programs of PDP?
No, see, let's get it. You just got it. He was elected under the PDP.
Yes.
He prepared the manifesto under the PDP. And then he had done so well under
He prepared his manifestos as Peter Mba coming to rule the people of Enugu State.
And
it is not a PDP program.
Yes.
Because if it's a PDP program, the PDP governors that were there before him would have started the program.
See, every governor has his own program.
Exactly.
Yes. And just get it. So he had that good right because he was in PDP. Part of the question I ask you, I don't know whether they are right or wrong. They say since Peter joined the APC, that the will of progress in Enugu State has slowed down. That he has been more outside the state than he has been in the state. That before he joined the APC, that Peter was in Enugu State, monitoring projects, going everywhere, ensuring that things were done. But they said, well, maybe there's a drop of that vitality in him since he joined the APC. That is, in fact, he's actually more outside the state than in the state. You're the political advisor, you know better.
Yes. Can they show some empirical evidence in this argument? What project has slowed down because Peter Mba is not on the seat? Peter Mba
I wish I can ask them.
Peter Mba does his personal inspection of projects on Sundays. Once he's done with his morning mass, personally, just with 2 cars, you won't even know he's the one. He moves to all these projects one by one with a few media people. He still does it today. The smart schools, let them tell me one that has been abandoned because His Excellency had gone to attend a meeting in Abuja. Let them tell me which road project that has not gained speed after the rains. Many roads in New Haven, in MNA, that had the piling and the earthwork done, has received asphalt. Does he really need to be there every day for these projects to be executed? I think he has commissioners that oversee these projects. All he does is to look at the process, make approvals, and then I still say, on every Sunday he still does his inspection. So I don't think that joining APC have removed it. There's nothing you will do that people will not speak. If you are just remain in Enugu, you say Peter Mba is always sitting in Enugu doing nothing. He doesn't want even to reach out to people. See other governors having meetings in Abuja, we don't see his face. What is he doing in Enugu? Now he moves out, and some people will still say everything I've stopped. Tell me, let them next they call, let them be specific and say this project was going on. Have you driven to opposite Opera Square International Conference Center and work have stopped at the 5-star hotel? Have they gone to the international hospital that will soon be completed? Are workers not good, or is work not going on there? So can they tell me what program, what project has been stalled because His Excellency went to attend a meeting in Abuja. I know more governors that reside more in Abuja than even in their states. And Peter Mbah has not spent 1 week outside Enugu because he's in APC. He attends a meeting. He went for a meeting on a Friday and came back on Sunday. He was in office yesterday. And it's that Sunday he came in the morning and still went out for inspection. He attended the APC governors meeting on Friday. He left from the office. So I don't think that it's not true. It's just that people they have looked for things to criticize His Excellency Peter Mbah with, and they are now trying to grappling with anything they can lay their hands on. People that's being drowned in an ocean.
Well, it is their right to talk. You know,
No, but as a media person, you
Yeah.
should be able to tell me, prove me wrong, tell me that work is not going
No,
on in any of these
I'm not
projects.
speaking for them. I just brought a question that I would like to ask you.
Okay.
Yes, it's to clear the air.
Yeah, please, I've cleared the air and
Yes.
I can assure them that
Okay, we just got a short break. When we come back, we want to look at how far the Enugu are benefiting. The Enugu, I mean those in the rural areas, how far they're benefiting from this transition from the almighty PDP to the all-conquering APC. Don't get anywhere, we'll be back shortly.